What's up, guys? So as promised, we have footage of Entei being caught out in, I guess, London or some sorts. A friend got me the footage, so we're going to be kind of using it. I asked this in a previous video one time, but I just want to get a little bit of an update. It was a few months ago, because somebody told me this, but how old is everybody who is still playing this game? Myself am still playing it, but people are saying that, oh, well, it's only kids now that are playing it now. I remember from the last time I asked that question, there were plenty of people that were in their 50s, 60s, 70s. I don't think I had any 80s, but, you know, it was kind of nice to see that the older generation or or however the proper way to say it is out there getting exercise, still playing this game. It was actually kind of a few nice stories having to do with people spending time together, you know, doing things like that with marriages and stuff. So I was just kind of curious on how old everybody is these days. But anyway, back to this whole thing. So I'm going to go into the whole thing today about what the easiest way is to catch Entei. In case you didn't know, he's a base fire type. And he's just completely fire. I mean, that's all he is. So basically, obviously, water. Number one thing to go against this guy, if you have it, if you have a bunch of them, just use all 6 Vaporeon. Hit him with the Hydro Pump. It's the easiest thing to do. Easiest way to do it. Dragonite, of course. You can never go wrong with Dragonite with pretty much anything at this point. He's just kind of rocks everything. You can't really, can't complain about him too much. He's just beats on everything. I myself used him right out the gate. And he definitely does a number on any type of fire type. Now, the whole thing with the fire type Pokemon in general is that, not for nothing, they're just kind of lacklustered. There's nothing out there that's really all that impressive, I guess, about them as of right this second. But with Generation 3 coming out, that's probably going to change. So, and again, Generation 3 has been found in the code, just so everybody knows. I was right, other people were wrong, and I just want to put that out there for everybody to see. I called it. It was me. Everybody said I was stupid. Not going to happen until next year. Ha ha. I was right. Now, another one, if you have the opportunity, and if you actually have been able to travel all the way out to Asia and things like that, Suicune. He's another one that you can put up against him. He does really well against this type of Pokemon. So if you have the opportunity, I would definitely suggest trying to get your hands on that. If you're looking for, if for some reason you don't have a Vaporeon, Suicune is definitely the way to go. He's kind of like a, I don't want to say a poor man's Vaporeon, but he's just a little bit less powerful version of him, which is useful of a bit of, you know, strange considering it's a legendary status, which is very, very odd. But you can't really resist the urge to power one up and, you know, legendary type, beat on him. He does really well against Entei. Riku, not so much, but either way, he's definitely one that you're going to want to put in your lineup if you're going up against him and make life a lot easier. Big time staple having to do with all of the legendaries for the most part lately. Golem, he's that good, reliable raid guy now where he can basically take out almost all of, except for Riku, but otherwise, all of the legendary Pokemon that have come out. Tyranitar, same type of situation. Ground type. Ground's pretty much good virtually against almost anything. You know, Stone Edge, you definitely want to use with Stone Edge. Crunch is kind of okay. You don't really know it. He's you know, a lot of these guys, Golem, Tyranitar, you're going to see this a lot with pretty much every single legendary that's going to come out. They just beat on them. They're staples for it. Like I said before, Dragonite, same exact situation. You can't really go wrong. Dragonite, Golem, Tyranitar for virtually every single one of the raids out there, or the legendary raids, I should say, and just for the most part, any type of raid in general. Other people you can kind of use. Gyarados, that was definitely one. If you get it with Hydro Pump, that'll work great. Seadra, obviously, because water type. Any type of water type, or a rock combination, or something along those lines. It's really not going to make it too hard. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, even though it's kind of on the lower end when it comes to the whole CP situation, like 32,000 or something like that, in comparison like 44,000, 45,000 you've seen with Lugos, you're not going to solo him. So you may just throw that baby out with the bathwater. It's just not going to happen. It's a complete, you know, clusterfuck out there with everything. Because the problem is this, even though there are 1,000 different ways you can go and beat these guys regarding the legendary raids, you still kind of need a high CP version. So you can have Vaporeons and Tyranitars and Golems and everything else, but if you don't have at least a semi-decent version of them, meanwhile, with your, because I've seen people going into these raids and they're like level 22, 21, 25, and it takes 20 of them to take it down. Meanwhile, you get a bunch of 30-somethings, and it takes 4 or 5. It's still extremely difficult. I've tried doing them with 4 and 5, and it's sometimes you just can't do it. It's a tough little thing. Now, here's the thing: when you're actually trying to catch him, and obviously, as you can see at the end of this video, there was a serious problem with that. Here's the situation. You only get so many Master Balls, and I've said this before in other videos. You only get so many, and for whatever reason, people are saying that no matter what, you will not be able to catch any type of a legendary with the last ball. So you're kind of screwed no matter what. Use your golden raspberries. Everybody's saying now that they need to start giving out more golden raspberries. I think they need to just give out more Master Balls or whatnot, because you sit there, you beat the crap out of him, you do this whole raid situation with the guy, you get people together, and then you don't catch it in the end, and that's the worst part of the whole thing. There's no real way to get around that. Try to do your curveballs. If you're not very good at curveballs, just do it straight up. Just try to get either great or excellent with the whole circle-y thingy. You're never going to get that green anywhere, and they're very, very, very difficult to catch. It's almost... I forget what the actual percentage is, and if anybody knows, feel free to leave it in the comments. Anyway, guys, that's how you catch them the easiest way. Hope this was informative. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Also, on a side note, I just want to bring this up because people have sent me several emails and comments and things like that asking what's going on having to do with the giveaways with the channel. We kind of shied away from them a little bit to try to stop doing because people were kind of making a big hubbub because, oh, well, I didn't win. We have 60-some-odd thousand subscribers, so obviously the more subscribers we get, the more difficult it's going to be to win. It's not like when we first started where we had 1,000 subscribers and somebody won a PlayStation at the time. It was a 1 in 1,000 shot. Now it's a 1 in 62,000 shot. So we kind of shied away from it for a little bit, so I just wanted to make sure to put that out there. Answer that question if anybody out there, kind of wanted to know. And are we bringing them back? We're talking about it, but we're really not sure, and we're not exact. We're trying to... So if anybody has a suggestion on the type of giveaways or maybe the type of contest we should do, we're all ears. We do like and always will like to get as much information, from our fans and our viewers as humanly possible. But yeah, that's pretty much it.